All right, let's go ahead and look at how to run a dependent t-test. So we'll go to Analyze, Compare Means, and a paired t-test is the dependent t-test. We're looking for two variables. We're going to use Shift, grab both of our variables, move them over. You can look at options, make sure you're at 95%, and that's pretty much all you have to do. You hit OK, and you get your output. So let's look at a independent t-test. Analyze, Compare Means, Independent Samples t-test. Our test variable would be anxiety, and the grouping variable is spider or pitcher. We do have to define the groups. So you have to say group 1 is 0, group 2 is 1. So what is nice about this is you could have multiple groups in there, but you could only specify 2 out of several groups to be able to compare. Look at your options, make sure at 95%, and you hit OK. And there's our independent t-test results. All right, for the nonparametric. Now, the output that I showed you in the lecture was from spss 16, where it gives you actually better output. I don't like the output here, so your output will be slightly different. But we're going to go to the nonparametric file. And for the nonparametric test, we can go ahead and start Analyze. We have to look at nonparametric test. We can look at related samples. So here we're going to have some test fields. You're probably going to see this pull up first. So then you just go to Fields. You put morning and 3 hours there. And you hit Run. Now, this is one of the things that I don't like. Is this is all the information that it does give you. So it's just telling you that you're going to retain the null hypothesis because your significance is greater than 0.05. So I'm really a big fan of that. But it gives you the answers regardless. It just doesn't tell you a lot of information. When you go to Settings, you can look at a lot of other things to run. So test options, 95%. You can customize your test. We talked about all these other different types of tests that you could run. So if you want to look at Wilcoxon signed rank, 2 samples, it's right there. What's automatically going to pull up is just our basic one. Let's run our nonparametric independent samples. So we're going to have morning and 3 hours in our test field, drinks in our groups. Look at settings again. You can customize. You can either have the Man Whitney U or the Cruise Call or the Kamal, whatever it's called. It is the Wilcoxon rank sum. Make sure you're 95% there. So if you wanted the Man Whitney U, just hit Run. Again, it's going to tell you to retain and reject, and it'll tell you which test it was run. If you wanted to do something different, don't click the Man Whitney U. Oops, automatically choose, and it's still going to run the Man Whitney U. So the Man Whitney U is actually the default. Again, I'm not really a big fan of the output because it doesn't tell you too much. You would actually have to go to your descriptives and run your descriptives on your data set and understand what's going on with your data set to be able to really analyze what this is. Other than that, the t-test is really quite easy. to run on SPSS, much easier than anything we've had to date. So hopefully that pretty much explains everything.